What's good, y'all? Before we get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to my people down at shopurbanice.com for hooking me up with this dope Cuban link with a pistol pendant to go with it. If you like this chain and want to grab it, or if you just like jewelry in general, make sure you check out their website at www.shopurbanice.com and use my ambassador code ZJ25 to get 25% off of your order. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at ZJ_Duckett. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Love C Shawty coming at y'all with another video today, man. I got a special one for y'all today, man. Well, today, I'm going to be telling y'all boys about my experience with COVID-19. Yes, Love C Shawty had coronavirus. No cap, man. I'm honestly surprised about it because I got a pretty strong immune system, bro. I'm 29 years old, bro. I ain't never had the flu, and I didn't even get the chicken pox until I was 23. And I can honestly say, as a grown-ass man, I brought this shit on myself because I've always been one of those guys where it's like, man, that shit ain't gonna happen to me, or that shit ain't real. And to a certain extent, even though I have had it, I still don't believe a lot of the things that they saying in the media about it. But yeah, I was definitely one of those guys that was walking around, no mask, living life. I wasn't wearing a mask until they literally said, hey, by law, you can't walk inside our store unless you got a mask on. I'm an Uber driver too, and they have this new set of rules where you actually have to wear a mask when you work. But of course, they can't prove whether you wearing a mask while you working the entire time. So what I was doing was I would put the mask on just so I could log on. And when I logged on, I took the mask right off. And I was telling people, I was letting people get all in my car with no mask on. Niggas was getting in my car with masks on. And I was like, I mean, you ain't gotta wear that if you don't want to. That's the type of guy I was. I wasn't taking it serious at all. And yeah. Yeah, your boy ended up catching that thing, man. It honestly wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it did suck. It really sucked. So, yeah. So it all started on Saturday, July 18th. I was out doing Uber, doing my thing. I've been working real hard this summer, bro. I let my little girl stay with her mom for the summer so I could work, so I could get to that bag and save up a little money. And shit was going nice, man. I was pulling hella long hours, pulling a lot of bread in. Halfway through the night, I had like this little tingle in my chest. You know how when you catching a cold, it feel like somebody putting a feather in your damn lungs and you just can't help but cough, even though you trying not to cough. Like you just sitting there like you trying hard as fuck not to cough, but you gotta cough. That's what I started dealing with that Saturday. I ain't think nothing of it because I've actually caught a couple colds since the COVID-19 virus been out, and I just got over them like any other cold, so I didn't think nothing of it. So I went through that whole night just with that little cough, and I ain't think nothing of it. Got a call from my baby mama later that night saying that my daughter was sick and that she was laying down and she needed me or whatever, and I was like, okay, well, it's super late, but I'll be over there first thing in the morning and I'll help you take care of it and all that. So Sunday I went over there to take care of her, lay in the bed with her, rub her little head, do the little daddy thing. And the symptoms that I was experiencing, they didn't get no worse. It was just a little cough. I was sitting there coughing, but I wasn't coughing that bad, and I wasn't coughing in her face, of course. I wouldn't do that. That's just fucking rude any damn way. I wouldn't do that. But my daughter, she just started feeling better halfway through the day, so she just got up and started running around and playing with her brother and all that shit. And I just laid in the bed and just was chilling. I was gonna go to work, but once I start chilling, man, and I get around a female or whatever, I'm just, man, we chilling, man. I'm watching Martin and shit. I'm chilling. So just so happens that her birthday, my baby mama's birthday, was Monday. So I had a couple things planned for that Monday. So I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and go home and do a couple of things, because I'm actually upgrading my computer right now, which I'll probably make a whole nother video about that now, but I'm upgrading my old desktop right now. So I went home that Sunday night, or Monday morning technically, because it was late, and I went home and I was working on my computer, And one of the upgrades that I made to my computer is that I started using my old HD TV as the monitor, but it's a 32-inch TV, so it's kind of big to be sitting close up on. Plus, I hadn't really adjusted the backlight to, like, you know, not hurt my fucking eyes. So when I went to bed, I started shivering like crazy, like shivering bad. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't even feel sick, so why am I shivering like this? But I ain't think nothing of it. I just, you know, fought through the shivers and went to sleep. Woke up Monday morning, probably around like 11 o'clock, with a splitting headache. But it was weird though, because the headache wasn't in my head, it was in my eyes. Like, anytime I tried to look around like this, it hurted so fucking bad. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? My thoughts is, okay, I was looking at that damn TV, not the computer screen. I was looking at that TV close up for like 2-3 hours straight last night, and it was kind of bright, so maybe that's where it's from. But I was like, nah, because now I feel kind of sick. I feel tired. I feel fatigued. I feel like, oh my God, I just want to lay in this bed, bro. But it's my baby mama's birthday. We got plans. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and take some medicine and tough through this shit. Let me get rid of this headache the best way I can. Go pick her up and handle our little business or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? We did our thing, you know what I'm saying? I took her out, but I was feeling bad the whole time. But I wasn't feeling so bad that I couldn't enjoy myself. I wasn't feeling so bad that I just, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't out of it. But, you know, when we got to the little Airbnb that I had got for us, you know what I'm saying? I did kind of like clock out like, hey, I got to lay down because you, like, I really don't feel good. And she know I didn't feel good, you know what I'm saying? She been in my life for 9 years. She know when I'm sick, and she know I'm not faking. So, you know, I laid down, I was chilling, watching Netflix and all of that. Woke up Tuesday morning, not feeling no better. Still feeling good enough to move around and enjoy myself, but still like, damn, I'm sick, bro. So, took her back home or whatever, and I ended up staying over there. I slept in her bed all fucking day that day. Like, I ended up spending the night because I was feeling that bad. So Wednesday was kind of the same. I stayed over there, laid in bed all day watching TV. But by that time, my daughter started getting on her brother nerves, and he was like, look, man, like, she can't sleep with me tonight. I want my room to myself. So, you know, I'm like, okay, well, you know, I can respect that because I know how she is. And, you know, brothers and sisters, they always fighting and shit like that, even though they love the shit out of each other. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and tough this shit out and take my ass home so he can have his room to himself. So I got my sick ass up and drove home. So another day goes by, and, you know, the symptoms is, you know, I don't think they getting worse, but, you know, I'm feeling bad, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired, I'm fatigued, I got a fucking fever of like 101.6. None of the medicine that I'm taking is breaking that fever. I'm taking Tylenol, I'm taking NyQuil, Dayquil, everything. Nothing's breaking the fever. I'm just out of it. By Friday, that's when it got scary because I started having trouble breathing. I had to take a lot of deep breaths very often. And if I like sat there and just tried to breathe like normal, it felt like sometimes my body just forgot to breathe. And I was like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it was, but it was just like, if you sit there and try to breathe, it's like your body just shuts off and kind of forgets to breathe, and you have to manually breathe. You have to have it constantly in your head. Breathe, nigga, breathe. You know, it did get a little scary when that shortness of breath came. But, you know, in my mind, I'm like, nigga, dying is not an option, nigga. I got a baby to take care of, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to die. Something's gonna have to give. I'm gonna do something to keep my ass alive if it ever comes to that shit. But I don't really feel like it's gonna come to that. When I was in trucking, they had me sleeping on this CPAP machine. For those of you who don't know, is for people with sleep apnea. So I pulled out that damn CPAP machine and plugged that shit up and slept with that shit on, just in case, like, if my airways got closed up when I was asleep, that machine will open that shit right back up. But that shit really didn't help nothing though. It honestly didn't help a fucking thing. It honestly made it harder to breathe. So with that being said, I was like, okay, I'm having trouble breathing now. It's time to get tested now, okay? So I went to the CVS probably around 12 and they had me go through the drive-thru and do the swab. I don't know how many of y'all have done this shit, but for the ones who haven't done this corona test, this shit sucks. So there's this swab or whatever. This ain't the normal swab. You go to the emergency room and you know, like they swab your throat and shit and it just look like a long ass Q-tip. This swab looked like a fucking needle with a soft tip. And they was like, okay, there's a ring around this stick or whatever, and that ring is where it needs to be. That ring it needs to get to the bottom of your nostril. And then once it gets there, you gotta hold it there for 15 seconds. In order for you to have that ring touch your nostril, you got to put that shit damn near in your brain, nigga. That shit goes deep. That shit suck, bro. And I'm just sitting there like, putting this shit in my nose slowly. And I'm like, okay, this shit deep as hell. This should be where it's at. And this dude over here in the window talking about, keep going, keep going. Nigga, what the fuck you mean keep going? Bro, you like, keep going, keep going. And when I finally got to where it was going, I'm like, oh my fucking God, this sucks, bro. This is so uncomfortable, bro. And he started counting to 15 and shit. And after he got done with that, I'm like, oh, okay, damn. Whew, that suck ass, dog. And he was like, okay, other nostril, nigga. I'm like, the test results didn't come in until that next Wednesday, July 29th. Right here, you can see my results. Hi, my name is Zion, nigga, but call me Lil C, shouty. Couple days later, I started feeling a little bit better. My breathing was good. My energy was up. Still had like this kind of lingering dizziness that was going on. You know what I'm saying? But I would say through this whole thing, like every day wasn't bad. My best days during this whole thing was the days that I didn't eat shit. So you definitely want to fast when you going through this coronavirus shit. It takes a lot of energy for your body to digest food. And if your body's using all that energy to digest food, that's less energy that it has to fight off the virus. So if you stop eating, all your body is concentrating on is getting that damn virus going. By that Monday, I started feeling like 100%, like, okay, I can move around now. But just to be safe, I took another week off of work because I don't know if I still got this shit and I'm just feeling better right now. Let me just take another week off and, you know, then I'll go back to work. So yeah, that's my story, man. I'm out here now, man. I'm back to work. I'm feeling good, you know, living good. School about to start soon, you know what I'm saying? I done got the whole house sanitized and shit. Done wiped everything down, the lights all the fuck out this bitch so it's safe for my baby to come back home. So I never would have thought in a million years that I was gonna get that shit. And a big part of me thought that the coronavirus wasn't even real, but I can definitely tell you this shit is real. It may not be as bad as what they trying to say, but it's real. I would say, you know, I guess it's basically like having the flu, honestly, but I mean, I wouldn't know because I ain't never had the flu, but just based on my research, the symptoms are fucking identical, so it's the flu, I guess. I don't know, but y'all boys be safe out here, man. Put your fucking mask on, keep that shit on, because I got my mask on, but you know what I'm saying? I keep that bitch on no matter what. Niggas get in my car, I'm checking if they got a mask on, I'm like, nigga, you got a mask, nigga? I got my fucking mask on, muffle this shit. You get it, man? Even when I go back to the gym, I'm about to have my fucking mask on in the gym. It's gonna be hard to breathe when I'm lifting weights, but fuck that, nigga. I'll take it. Cause as hard as it is to breathe in those masks, it's harder to breathe when you got the damn coronavirus. But anyway, it's your boy Lil C. Shout it, man. Appreciate y'all boys watching the video. Leave a like if you made it to the end. And yeah, man, we out this thing. Peace.
Couple bands make me get off in the socket. Ain't fucking chopper, I'ma hit him with a rocket. Nonsense. Senorita, help me come up on the profit. But the devils and the demons try to stop it. Hey, you can hate me, but you loving how I rock it. Yeah. Do this nigga, they know. He act like he's sliding the nigga so he can go.